Yo, what's happening? Got a question from one of our viewers on the Must Be Fucking Nice video I did, where I talked a little bit about the jealousy or the statement of, well, it must be nice. People say when they see something that you have that they don't. And we talked a little bit about changing your attitude about that kind of behavior and maybe asking how the person got what they had. So the question was from Don't Touch This 56. How did you start your business? When did you decide to start your business? And how did you get the capital for your business? So I was in the Marine Corps till 2005 and have been self-employed since 2005, just about. I have started a couple different businesses, and I currently own, or am part owner of a few different businesses. And I also do some side work as a contractor doing carpentry. So I'm kind of all over the place. I hustle. I do what I can to not just pay the bills, but also make a better life for myself and my family. So to answer your question, starting a business, most businesses fail. And not all of that is necessarily anyone's fault that starts a business, but the free market changes. Sometimes you have a product or service that is not as good as someone else's, or is too expensive, or isn't convenient to get. Someone might put you out of business because they have a better product or service, or Amazon or online convenience to be able to buy a product or service online versus how you deliver it. So there's a lot of factors in owning a business. And I'm not a business professional. I didn't go to college for business. So the best I can do is give you my opinion and my experience. My opinion is you have both sides of why you would start a business. You have the emotional side that usually people would say, this is why I want to do this. I feel passionate about something. And that's a good reason to at least start the thought process of why you'd want to do something. I would never suggest starting a business because of you want to make money, because the amount of work involved in owning your own business is a ton. And to be able to consistently stay grinding to keep your business going, you're going to learn as you go. There is so much more to owning and running a business than you would ever think. There's just a ton to it, things you would never even think of. And it's going to wear at you. You're going to have times where it's frustrating, it's long hours, you might have to hire somebody, that person might suck, you might have to fire them. There's just a lot. So that's the emotional side. You should be passionate about whatever it is you're going to start about your business about. You might really think you have a product that is awesome and you're excited about it. You might be really skilled at some sort of service you can provide and you really enjoy doing that day to day. That's the passionate or emotional side. The logical side is you need to do some research. You need to research the market and see if there is even a need for the product or service that you offer. And if there is a need, what is the competition like? Can you provide a better quality product? Can you provide a higher quality service? Can you do it at a better price? Can you market yourself better than the other guy? There's just a lot to consider. So my reason to starting my own business is, honestly, I like to do things my way. I don't like working for someone, because the entrepreneur spirit that I have is one that if I'm doing something and I'm getting paid for it, I want to know what the person that I'm working for is making off of me. And if I can do that myself without do it better than by working for someone, or can make more money doing it, then I'm just drawn to do that. So the couple businesses that I have started, I started a video production company for a while, and I was doing videos for different companies and did well with that. Was working for ESPN and a couple other companies and stayed pretty busy. Then COVID hit, and a lot of that work went away. And I held out for a while, then collected some unemployment. But collecting unemployment just wasn't for me. I didn't like the idea of it. I'm capable, I'm productive, I have a good mind, or a good understanding of business just from experience. So I knew that I was capable of earning money instead of collecting unemployment, so I decided to do that instead. Nothing against people who collect unemployment. I see the value in doing it when you have to, but I didn't necessarily have to because I had the ability to go find work for myself. So I decided to do that instead. So what I did was I looked into the skills that I had, and I found a company that I could work construction, and instead of becoming an employee, I became a subcontractor. That way I could set my hours, set my rate, and but I was an entry-level position. I had a lot to learn, so I had to buy my own tools, I had to cover my own insurance, all those things, and then I had to learn. I had to develop skills that made me valuable, and so I went hard at it this year and have been developing those skills, and I have received compliments from the company that I'm working for that they enjoy the work that I do and my attitude that I bring. I'm not above sweeping the floor or any of those kinds of things. I think that's important when you're starting a business, is you see the exciting side of owning a business, but you don't see the shitty side. Sometimes you got to sweep the floor. Sometimes you got to do the dirty work that no one else wants to, and it's your business, so you have to. And the other thing to remember is when you have employees, people working for you, they're not going to be as passionate about your business as you are. So you can't expect them to put the same level of effort in because it's not their business, it's your business. And then the last question was capital. So there are a ton of different ways to get capital. Generally, if you're going to take a loan out, you need to have a business plan. You need to tell the bank how you're going to spend the money that they loan you and how you are going to pay it back. You need to have a plan. You need to show them the research that you've done and how you intend to make money with your business. So that would be step one. My personal preference and my personal opinion is I don't like to go into debt. I don't have any credit card debt. All my tools and all my equipment are paid off. I have lots of equity in my home, and I tend to keep it that way. I have nice vehicles, but they're almost paid off. I have motorcycles, a boat, UTVs, stuff like that, and they're all toys, but every single one of those things I paid cash for. That's my personal preference. The reason I like to do that is because the market changes, things change, my attention span is short, so I might decide I want to do something different. And if I put all my money and tie it up into a business, then, if I change my mind or decide to do something different, then I'm stuck with all that debt. Now, again, this is my opinion. This is not business advice that works for every scenario. I have a friend who started a indoor range, and he sells ammo, and he has a ton of debt. He also brings in a ton of capital every month, so he's able to pay that debt down, and he makes decent money doing it. So there are ways. If you're going to start a business that is scalable, you just want to consider the risk. Consider how much risk you're willing to put yourself in, and then have a plan. That's my best advice, is to really be excited about what it is you're going to do, and then really spend a lot of time thinking about it. Get specific with every detail. You can research, watch YouTube videos, find somebody who else is doing something similar, ask them a ton of questions, ask them the tough questions. Ask them, what did they do when they first started? How did they make ends meet? Ask them about their competition. Ask them about if they've had any issues with employees or customer service problems. I don't know, anything you can think of within that business model that could be an issue that would break the business. Figure out the worst case scenario, the worst possible scenario that could happen to that business, and think ahead on how you would survive that storm. And then decide, is it worth it? Is all that time and effort that you're going to put into it, if at the end of the day it just falls apart and fails, was it worth it? So hopefully that was helpful. If you have more questions about this, or put them in the comments and I can do another video. Again, I'm not necessarily the best person to give advice on a business because I don't know a ton about every business, but I know about what I do. And yeah, so if you have any, hopefully that helps. And if you have any other questions, hit me up. You guys take care of yourselves as always, and I'll see you later. Out.